Hello guys, how are you? I hope you're alright. I'm getting better here from COVID, fighting COVID. Now for 3 or 4 days, I don't know. So let's go to another video about HSI in radial interception. If you didn't see the first one, please make sure you watch the first one so you can fully understand what we are going to cover in this one. Okay, let me show you. If you haven't seen uh, this instrument series HSI and Radials Inception Part 1, it might be challenging to understand today's video. Okay, especially if you haven't had any ATPL class about instruments, or well, if you don't have that, if you didn't have that, or if you had that class a long time ago, you might need a little assistance. So go ahead and check that video, or just check this one, and if you're not understanding, go back to the other one. Well, first of all, HSI, let me put a heads up for this guy here, which is Luis Monteiro simulators with it's Luis Monteiro with Z. Okay, he is here online simulators, and they have here a lot of simulators, VOI, which is the OBY, HSI, RMI, and ADF. You have a lot of them, so we are going to cover just the HSI, and we'll get to it. But yeah, shout out for the Luis Monteiro, which has this awesome website. Well, speaking about the HSI, well, this is one HSI, and what features does it have? Well, first of all, you have a basic gyro here. Okay, this is actually, I can simulate an aircraft flying here, so I'll take it out of pause, and I'm gonna turn right, as you can see here, by the turn indicator, which is not working. Why didn't I take it from pause? Alright, now I took it from pause. Alright, so here, turning by the right, we have here the gyro making a right turn as well. Now I'm gonna bank towards the left. Here we are going left, alright, turning left, and obviously the scale of the directional gyro turning counterclockwise, and this is well, a basic feature of the HSI. You have a gyro incorporated in your instrument. Okay, I'm gonna pause it again. All right, and now let me just do something here so it is easier for you to understand. Okay, so now what do we have here more? So we have this heading bug. I hope you know, if you're in an ATPL class, you know what a heading bug is by now, but yeah, basically it's just this sticker here, this symbol that reminds you, it's a marker basically that reminds you of the heading you are supposed to do, or if you have an autopilot, the autopilot has a mode that follows this bug, okay, this marker that you have in your HSI. For instance, if you select here the heading bug on 030, the autopilot will follow 030. Or if you don't have an autopilot and the ATC tells you, okay, I don't know, Speedbird 01, follow heading 030, you just put heading bug here and you won't forget that you need to follow 030, alright? Well, and you have it here on the HSI, nice. Then you have this yellow line here, which is called the Cos Selector. Okay, it goes left, right, sorry, left, or counterclockwise, clockwise. Okay, and it's, as you can see, it's divided in two parts. This This is the main needle. Okay, this is the main cost selector, and this is the CDI, the cost deviation indicator, or CDB, cost deviation bar. So basically, the tip and the tail select your line of position, as we spoke about in the last video. This will select a certain line of position. Okay, for instance, the line of position that comes from 210 to 030, gigantic line, okay, over the earth, all right, a straight line, and you are selecting it, all right, and then you have this CDI, this cost deviation indicator, that tells you that, okay, this line of position is at your left, side. Ah, sorry, you're seeing me reversed here in the video, but yeah, it's basically your aircraft should be somewhere here, and that line of position is at your left. And it also tells you how many degrees you are at the right or left of that line of position. For instance, we are currently on the line of position 360 to 180. If we select 001, it tells you, okay, we are the line of position 001 181, it's 1 degree to your left. And if you go further, it tells you, okay, now the line of position 005 to 185 is 5 degrees to your left, okay, or even, oh, damn it, 10 degrees to your left. Then from 10 degrees onwards, the indication, as you can see, is always the same. It doesn't matter if you're 15 degrees away, 20 degrees away, 50 degrees away, 90 degrees away, it will always show more than 10. All right, so this is the 10 mark. Each mark, each white slash, it's 2 degrees. All right. Yeah, so this is this, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and this is more than 10, and it doesn't changes. All right, if it's 15 or 20, you don't have that capability to tell you that it's 10 or sorry, it's 15 or 20. It just tells you that it's more than 10. And the last feature, it's this triangle, white triangle here, which is the to and from indicator, which basically tells you if the VOI is ahead of you or if it is behind you. Okay, so right now the VOI is ahead of you. If we locate the aircraft on top of the VOI, it will tell you, okay, right now the VOI is behind you. All right, so movable scale that moves in accordance with your current heading. Okay, it always shows your heading here, and then you have cost selector, CDI, cost deviation indicator, the scale, okay, of how much degrees to the right or to the left, it's the line of position that you selected, and the to and from indicator, okay, and also the heading bug. Yay, so you can select whatever heading you want, and obviously the OBS, omni-bearing, sorry, this is not the OBS, is the cost selector. This is the knob, cost selector knob, that allows you to select a certain line of position. All right, and so this covers the first thing that I want to talk about in the HSI. I can show you my plan for today. So basically we just covered the HSI basic features. Now we are going to how to interpret the HSI, or just how to turn it into a map. Okay, and this is the core business of today's video. All right, because this is really important, and you will benefit hugely from this when you're flying. Okay, so first of all, let me do something different. Let me copy this one. I think it's easier to work with this one than with it that we had here. So well, this is our HSI, and the first thing of all, sorry, let me just check about the time that I have. All right, I have 5 minutes until the end of this one. Yeah. So speaking about the HSI and how to interpret it, the first thing that we're gonna do is to imagine that the VOR it's on the center. Oh, why am I not? All right, it's on the center. We have a VOR here. Okay, no fill. All right, and yeah, so we have a VOR here, and basically our VOR is here, and we are currently selecting with our Cos Selector this line of position. Okay, so we have the VOR here, 360 radials radiating from the VOR. All right, do you remember lines of position that radiate from the VOR are radials? All right, we have 360 of them, but we are selecting this specific line of position that covers 2 radials. All right, and when we select this line of position, what does the CDI tells us? It's centered. Okay, this yellow line, it's centered, which means we are on top of this line of position. Very good. So we know that the VOR is here. We are somewhere on top of this line of position, and we are heading this way. Okay, because this is our heading. Okay, we are heading this way. Nice. Now we need to know in which radial are we. Okay, so as you know, you have here 2 different radials. So we have one line of position, and now we have this radial here and this radial here, right? Because one radiates upwards and the other radiates downwards, right? And you want to know if you are obviously on either on this radial or this radial. Well, first thing, you know for sure that you are going in the north direction, which means I am either here or I'm here. And now is where the to and from needle takes part. The to and from needle tells you that the radial is behind you. Okay, so if the radial is, sorry, not the radial, the VOR is behind you. So this guy here has the VOR on front of him. So it cannot be this guy. We cannot be here because the VOR is behind us, right? But this guy here has the VOR right behind him. So what we can take from that, this guy is over this line heading north and with the VOR behind him. So we are obviously here on radial 360. All right, and basically this is how this is the core information on how we interpret the HSI. There are more simple methods to get to this information of where am I in an HSI, but they do not give you this know-how of watching the HSI and looking at it and seeing a map, which is going to be really important on the next lesson, which is going to be how to maintain this radial, because I just discovered in which radial I was, but now I want to know how to maintain it, and I want to know how to intercept other radials. Okay, and that's going to be in the right next video. Thank you. See you in a bit.